it's Jessica from Pizza Books, and today I'm here with my favorite forbidden romances. I've already done this once, so I'll go ahead and link that down below, but that was a while ago. I've read a lot more forbidden romances since then. I also have an age gap romance, which I'll link down below as well. I don't know if any of these are repeats from my age gap romance video, because obviously when there's a huge age gap, it's normally a forbidden romance. So I'm just gonna get to the books. I have a lot to show you, a lot of my favorites, a lot I've talked about a lot, but not in a forbidden romance video. I won't spend too much time on those though, but I'll go ahead and get to all of the forbidden romances that I love. The first one I have for you is going to be Pestilence by Laura Thalassa, which is perfect because War Book 2 comes out on July 11th, and I'm so excited for it. This one is a post-apocalyptic novel about this girl who's a firefighter. The beginning of the book is she's drawing straws with her co-workers to decide who's going to kill Pestilence, who is one of the 4 horsemen who has come to destroy the world. And she draws the short straw and kills Pestilence, but he can't die. So he takes her prisoner and they fall in love. So very forbidden because he's literally like destroying her world. She is supposed to embody everything that he hates and is supposed to kill off. But there's a romance in there. There's lots of angst. Like, they hate each other, but obviously they're attracted to each other. The ending, so good, and I cannot wait for book 2, and I'm so happy it's coming out soon. I'm glad I waited until now to read this too. I just read it last month because it's been a while since this came out and people have been very much anticipating War, so I can't wait to read that one, but this is a very good forbidden romance. My next one is the only other non-contemporary on this list, and that is Folsom by Taryn Fisher and Willow Astor. This is a dystopian kind of novel, and I like to think of it as a gender-bent Handmaid's Tale. So our main character is from a pretty wealthy family, I think, and what happens is in their society, men can't have children. They're infertile, except for like the chosen men. I forget what they're called. There's like 10 of them, and Folsom's one of them. And so these men, once it's figured out that they're fertile, it is their job to reproduce. So they go to different counties and countries, and they are treated like rock stars, and they have appointments that they must keep, and they father hundreds of children just so that the population can survive. Folsom falls in love. So he's not supposed to, none of them are supposed to fall in love. He falls in love with someone, and obviously he's not allowed to, and she's a scientist, and so they need to figure out if they can be together or not in this society where men are pretty much kept under lock and key if they can have children. So I have not read book 2 yet. I'm really excited and I really want to read it because this one was so good, and the ending. If you like that dystopian kind of novel, definitely check this out. The next 2 books I just read the last 2 days, and the first one's a motorcycle romance, and that is Undeniable by Madeline Sheehan. This one has a 16-year age gap, and our main couple meets each other when the girl is 5, and he is 21. That's 16, yeah. And so then we fast forward from when she's 5 to when she's 12 to when she's 16 and 18 and like 27 and 30. This goes throughout their whole lives. He is going to be the president of his motorcycle club. Her dad is the president of a different motorcycle club. So not only is it hard because they are not even close to each other in age, but her father is like, no way are you gonna touch my daughter. So very forbidden, very MC. So if you are a huge fan of MC romance, read this. If this is your first MC, don't start with this. You're not gonna like it. I really loved it though because I love the MC world and I knew I was in the mood for an MC story. Lots of swearing, lots of cheating, you know, going around. So very MC, but I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this one 4 stars because of all the cheating. That was a little too much, but if you love MC and a very forbidden romance, check this out. The next one is a new favorite book of mine, and I can't really tell you a lot about the plot. I can just tell you it's forbidden, and that is The Gravity of Us by Brittany C. Cherry. This was my pick what I read next for July, and thank goodness I was forced to finally read this. This has been on my shelf, I think, over a year, and I read book 1 in this series. They can all be read as standalones. I gave it a 3.5 star. It was pretty good. Nothing special. This one, so emotional. I cried. I was flying through it. Literally read this in a day, and the main couple is not allowed to be together. That's all I can say. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you even what this book is about. Just know Graham is just perfection, and he has my heart, and I love this book so much. And if you like a forbidden romance, it's emotional that you will never forget, and the writing was beautiful, you should pick this book up. The next one's an oldie but a goodie, and I really need to reread it because it's been a long time since I've read it, and that is Misbehaving by Charlie Rose. I used to talk about this all the time on my channel, and this was one of my first books from Charlie Rose that I fell in love with, and I've been reading all of her books since. I think this one, though, was co-written before Charlie Rose became the single author. It was a co-writing pair, and then the other author got more popular, so they left the pair, and it was left with one person, and she has decided not to reveal who the other person was, so we just know who the one person Charlie Rose is. This is a student-teacher romance. Obviously that's forbidden, should not happen in real life, but I'm okay with it in fiction. And this is so good. So our main character is from kind of the rough side of town, and she gets to go to this private school and falls for her teacher, and she has a stepbrother that's kind of very overprotective of her, and yeah, it's their romance, and I really liked it. The next recommendation I have for you is a whole series. You guys probably hate me for talking about this series in like every video, but I have to talk about this for forbidden romances. Like every single book in the series is forbidden. That's the Fallen Men series. I'm not going to say too much about it. They're MC romances. This one's student-teacher romance, which is an age gap of like 8 years, younger guy, teacher, woman. This one is like 18-year age gap, 16-year age gap, I think it's 18. MC president with a younger woman, I guess she's 18. This one is a younger girl with a older guy, and this is Harley Rose, which is the sister of him and the daughter of him. So he is the dad of him, and they all like their forbidden romances. He's a cop. She's the daughter of an MC president. So these are all very, very, very good. The first one is an MC romance, but it's not really MC until the end. So if you're new to MC, definitely recommend starting with this and not the other one I talked about. And then we get much more to the MC world in this one and this one. So I recommend the whole series. It's so good. You won't want to put it down. So addicting, so forbidden. I love Gianna Darling's writing so much. Book 4 comes out this fall. We are buddy reading Welcome to the Dark Side for our read along with me, with Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers and Sarah from Wars with Sarah. Join us if you want to. Our live show is July 27th. The next one is book 2 in a series, and that is The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This one is much more lighter, contemporary than like all the rest of these. This one is about a girl who is the daughter of the hockey coach at her school, and she has a romance with the captain of the hockey team of their rival school, and it's so good, and I love their banter and their relationship, and it's so fun. I love this more than book 1. I would say you should read them in order, but I don't think it'll kill you if you don't, but I really love this. You get to know Brenna a lot more in book 1 as well, so if you don't want to read book 1 though, it's not a big deal, but I love Elle Kennedy series. This one's definitely forbidden, but it's so good. And the last one I have for you is also an age gap. I feel like that's a theme in these books. A majority of them have an age gap because that's just what our society deems as forbidden. But that is On the Rocks by Candy Steiner. This one is about a girl who has come home. She's 18, she just finished her first year of college, and she's engaged to a politician who's like 25. So this has an age gap too. And not too bad though, 7 years, not too bad. And she is kind of like born and bred to be this politician's wife, and she's just kind of going along for the ride. She thinks she loves him, she thinks this is what she wants. She's gonna go buy a barrel of whiskey for him, and the barrel maker is someone that she grew up with, and he is like, do you really want to marry this guy? And he's even older than her fiance. I think he's like 28. And she's like, of course, why wouldn't I? And he's like, well, don't you want to like do things for yourself? And she starts questioning, does she really want to be a politician's wife? Does she want to live for herself? And she kind of starts questioning her feelings for this new guy, who she's kind of always like seen as like crush-worthy since she was little. Really, really good, really cute, really small town. So if you like a more contemporary, not as dramatic as my other MC books, you would love On the Rocks. And those are all the forbidden romances that I have for recommendations for you. Let me know down below if you have any good forbidden romances to recommend me, because I love that trope. That's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.